Hi, it's Michelle. I'm so excited to do a book review for you of this book that I just read. It's called Shade and it's by Chad Nicholas. And this book, it's said to be a thriller or a psychological thriller, but I really found it to be more of a psychological horror. It was intense, definitely. Definitely there's a psychological part to it. I was going to read you the synopsis, but after reading the book, okay, let me backtrack. When I originally read the synopsis, the author had asked me if I would like to read this book and give him a review. And I read the synopsis and I said, yes, absolutely, that sounds great. When I got the book in the mail, I didn't read the synopsis again. I just picked it up and read it. And when I picked it up and read it, I think it took me down a road that was a little bit different than if I had remembered the synopsis. Then I found out that there's a trailer about this book. So what I want to do, I know this is a little different, but I want you to go watch the trailer and then come back or watch it at the end of the video. I will put the link down in the description box. So if you can just open that up, watch it, and then come back. Or if you prefer, watch it at the end of the video. But I really recommend watching it because I think it gave a much better idea of the book and the feel of the book without revealing too much. I feel like it would behoove you to just watch the video and hear what me and maybe some other reviewers have to say about it without reading the back. I think that there are definitely books out there where it's better to just, I guess it would be like cold reading it, where you don't read the synopsis, you just pick it up and blindly start reading it. And this is definitely one of those books. So we have three main characters. We have a veteran, we have someone in the FBI, and then we have another veteran. There are two storylines going on. I found these characters to be very compelling. My favorite character, though, was Sarah. I just really liked her as a character. I liked what she had been through, what she went through in the book, what these things meant to her and what she became. It just all really worked out well for me with her. Now, I did want to read an excerpt from this book because I think it gives you a really good feel for what the book is and what it feels like. You know, he said finally, no one ever truly knows what they're capable of until they're pushed too far. Until the horror, the desperation sets in, and then they realize that in order to survive, they have to become something they don't even recognize. That's what this book is about. Now, the author did tell me that today, October 5th, which is the release day of this book, he is going to do a ebook sale where you can get this book for 99 cents, which I think is really, really generous of him. This is his second book. Unfortunately, I haven't read his first book. I want to tell you before you read this book just what it is you're getting into here. Because it might be too much for some people. It's very gory and gruesome. There's a lot of blood. It's very disturbing. It's very violent. It does give some insight into veterans and what they've gone through and how some of them might react. I don't think everybody reacts the way some of the characters did in this book, but some of them might. It's to the extreme. And in that way, it does have moments where it feels a little far-fetched, a little unrealistic. And sometimes the violence almost feels like it's too much. It feels like the violence goes on for too long. I guess if I were to assume, I think the author is wanting us to feel what veterans feel when they're in combat, how it feels like it's never going to end. I'm assuming. I don't know if that was part of the message or not, but that's how I took it. But this book was so entertaining from the first chapter. It was very exciting, and I felt like my heart was racing, not the whole time, but at certain parts. But what really just pushed this book up over the top for me was some of the twists that happened. Especially, there was a really big twist at the end. I would say the last third of the book was just, it was the perfect ending. It was a beautiful twist. The way he did it was phenomenal. There was hints, I didn't see them. I thought it was a great book. I gave it 4 stars. And the only reason I gave it 4 is I just felt like certain parts were a little bit too repetitive, and I felt like some of it was just super unrealistic. It reminded me of Kill Bill Volume 2, if I were to compare it to a movie. So if you're not into really high action, gory, gruesome, violent fight scenes, this might not be the book for you. But if you are, you really might want to run out and get it right now, because it definitely will deliver what you're looking for, if that's what you're looking for. I discovered at the end of this book that there is another book coming after this one, and I'm super excited about it. I really want to read the next one. I want to know what's going to happen next with these characters, which lets me know that I was really invested in this book. And it was really hard to stop reading it, and I kept finding myself saying, I'm going to read 20 more pages and then I'm going to bed. And then I would realize I read 110 more pages, and it just went like that. It was such a fast, entertaining read. And to me, that's what books are about, is to entertain us or to teach us things. But for me, this one was just super entertaining. I want to thank Chad Nicholas for sending me this book. That was very nice of you. I am very flattered that you wanted me to read your book and review it. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you read this, or if you have read it, let me know down in the comments what you thought. And if you want to give spoilers, just put a bunch of spoiler, and that way those who haven't read it yet don't get upset that they read your comment. But definitely let me know what you thought. I would love to discuss this book with people. And I don't think I would mind if it got made into a movie either. Salo Zayas is the person that made the trailer for this book. And I found out he has a YouTube page. It's called Multimedia Guy, and I will put a link to his page up above and down in the description box as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day or night. Happy reading. Bye.